All right. Thank you so much, Madeline Rivera. So we were kind of chuckling watching her piece a little bit because how many times did President Trump, former President Trump, say this? He said it so many, Gianno. And isn't this exactly why Kamala Harris needs to take questions from the press? People need to ask her, well, where did you come up with this idea?
Well, I mean, it's clear where she came up with it. And even though the press, after she made the announcement, some outlets weren't even looking to cover it in the sense that, well, Trump has already offered this same policy proposal. What's been clear this entire election, consistently, no matter who the people are that you're polling, whether it be Biden, Trump, whatever, the issues are what matters most to Americans. And one of the issues is taxes, immigration. We can talk about any number of things. And what I think she's doing is looking to copy the Trump plan and try to repackage it. But the American people aren't stupid. He's been saying this. And Democrats, in some cases, have even said negative things about it.
Yeah, it's funny. Just let me put up this headline, Sarah, and then I'm going to have you react. This is from a Fox News article. I want to put up this headline. It says, Biden's IRS plans to crack down on waiters' tips. So this was a policy of her own administration, and now she's saying, oh, no tax on tips.
Right. So 2023, it was the service industry tip compliance, and they were going to tax waiters, people in the service industry, and this was their big deal. They even had, like, what, over 80,000 new IRS agents that they hired, and they were going to go after everybody. And now all of a sudden, some kind of magical moment happened where she decided, no, we're not going to tax on tips. Look, I was in Cocoa Beach recently, and the first thing that a waitress said after she recognized me was like, I'm so excited about Trump because he's not going to tax my tips. And I was like, everybody knows, just like Gianno said, everybody knows this is Trump's idea. He's taken it to the forefront. But look, the media is covering up, and I'm sure Joe can go into this in detail, but the media is covering up for Harris, and she's counting on that. She just thinks she could say whatever she wants.
That's exactly right.
She's going to get away with it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. You know, it's so interesting. This could be one of the issues that people really focus on around the country, and it's tight, folks. I want to put up this new electoral map, though. This is from Real Clear Politics. This is from August 10th. So take a look at this. It does have Trump beating Harris. He has 287. She has 251 according to this map, and he is beating her in Nevada, Arizona, Pennsylvania, and Georgia, some crucial states. Joe, when you look at this map, and again, this is from yesterday. What do you think about that?
It shows that whoever wins Pennsylvania wins this election. Nate Silver said whoever wins Pennsylvania has a 95% chance of winning this election. So as goes Pennsylvania, as goes the election. Nevada is probably a close second. And that's where you have a lot of people in the service industry. Obviously, if you've been to Vegas, this is where this particular issue resonates. Kamala Harris now, she is the nominee that stole the nominee from her boss, in essence, right? Tim Walz is the stolen valor VP. And now you have Kamala Harris stealing the really, really good idea of Donald Trump. And then the media, I read more. I can't believe the headlines I saw today. Kamala Harris proposes no tax on tips. No context whatsoever around Trump's idea first. So this is the Etch-a-Sketch AI chat GPT candidate who lives in a teleprompter. This was written for her, obviously. She didn't come up with it on her own. So I want to know what's next. The Kamala border wall? That'll be interesting. How about the Kamala tax cuts? The Kamala drill baby drill policy? I mean, this is utterly ridiculous. And thank God for this network that we're calling this out, because God knows CNN, MSNBC, New York Times don't feel the need to talk about the context around
it. Well, when she finally sits down for an interview, maybe someone will ask her about this. And we know she has been hiding from the press, but now listen to this. This is to a whole new level. The Secret Service reportedly broke into a Massachusetts salon and duct taped the security cameras so people could use the bathroom during a fundraiser. The salon owner telling Business Insider, quote, there were several people in and out for about an hour and a half just using my bathroom, the alarms going off, using my counter with no permission. Whoever was visiting, whether it was a celebrity or not, I probably would have opened the door and made them coffee and brought in donuts to make it a great afternoon for them. But they didn't even have the audacity to ask for permission. They just helped themselves. Now, tonight, the Secret Service tells Fox News Digital agents never broke into the salon. But Hayden Harris is in full effect. She hasn't had a press conference or done any formal interviews in 3 weeks. But Dems say, don't believe your lion eyes.
She did tons of interviews. She's done interviews with you. She's done interviews. I'm sure she's going to do interviews. She is going to talk to the press.
But Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, is calling her out for avoiding the press. He says her campaign is like a full-on movie production.
I believe that Kamala Harris is whatever she says she is, but I believe importantly that President Trump is right that she's a chameleon. She's not running a political campaign, she's running a movie. She only speaks to voters behind a teleprompter. Everything is scripted. She doesn't have her policy positions out there. She'd have to answer for why she presents a different set of policies to one audience and a different set of policies to another audience. Yeah, this is a fundamentally fake person. Are interviewing me, Dana, because I respect the American people enough to sit down for an interview.
I appreciate that.
Kamala Harris has been the nominee for 3 weeks. She hasn't sat down for a real interview.
Believe me, we are asking.
Okay. All right, Sarah, I want to go to you first because this ladies' room incident is just bizarre. I mean, what do you make of this?
Well, certainly she didn't want people to see her going into the room to use the restroom. I mean, she wanted to hide that. But look, this is part of the basement strategy overall. I think they're trying to keep her away from the public. They don't want her asking any questions. They did this with Biden. No. And they know they have a media that will cover for them no matter what. And I actually, it's a little bit frightening because we are going into this election cycle, just as Joe said, they've stolen just about everything, stolen the primary, right? They can say whatever they want and no one's going to hold them accountable. Yeah. I think it's time, and I think this honeymoon period is going to be over for her, Anita. I think that people will start asking tougher questions, and I think she's going to start facing those tougher questions as time goes on.
Yeah, well, she's going to have to at some point. And you heard J.D. Vance there saying, you know, she's got to do this at some point. Right. Now, they have both agreed to this debate on September 10th with ABC News, but I want to take a listen to something, or I want to read something that former President Trump said on Truth Social. He said the first debate with Kamala Harris for the President of the United States of America will be with Fox News on September 4th, 2024, live from beautiful Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The second debate will take place on Fake News ABC, home of George Slopadopoulos, to be anchored by David Muir on September 10th, 2024, at Independence Hall in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The third debate will take place on NBC in Grand Rapids, Michigan on September 25th, 2024, to be anchored by Lester Holt. Details to follow. I will look forward to seeing Kamala at all 3 debates, DJT. Joe, we've got one debate scheduled so far. Right. Is this the former president trying to coax her to do more?
The Fox debate, the NBC debate have not been confirmed by the Harris camp, so let's be very clear about that.
Yes.
But if I'm Donald Trump, I'll propose 3 more. Yeah. Why not? Right. Go to Telemundo, go to CBS, go to any other outlet. They'll agree to it because obviously the ratings will be there, 50, 60, 70 million people, and just keep doing this every day. I will debate you 6, 7, 9 times before Election Day because no one knows who you are anymore, given the whole Etch-a-Sketch part of this particular campaign. So Donald Trump, go on the offensive, and I have a feeling that Kamala Harris will be playing defense until November 5th.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that, what you're saying here, Joe. And I got to tell you, it's really beginning to feel like we live in an alternative universe because we know what the facts are. We've seen the truth repeatedly on our air and in other places as well. And then you see media who will refuse to either report it or call it a lie. And it's interesting how people don't have that ability to see the truthfulness in news like they used to.
Yeah. Yeah, well, 15% of voters are up for grabs, according to the Wall Street Journal. Debates could matter here.
Yeah.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.